Emily, I wanted to give you a little feedback on where this wiki is sitting right now. It looks great on the home page. It's got everything it needs to have. It's good to go. Then you've got a navigation bar that looks wonderful. And these links down here, these work. They're great, so you don't have to mess with those. But what you need to do to these is change them and turn them into links on your own wiki. Because, okay, what I want you to do is look down here in this area. As I hover over the links, you're going to see, like when I hover over when I hover over COE, you see that link pop up down there. So I want you to look in this area as I hover over these. I'm hovering over SWOT and goals right now. And notice how it's not pointing to your wiki, it's pointing to my wiki. The wiki portfolio template. Again, it's going to my nets page. It's going to my tech explorations page, my Promethean flip chart page. So these need to go to your own page on your own wiki. Okay? So like if I look at your pages and files, let me just check. All right, it looks like, okay, so it looks like you have, now that's interesting because then I would have expected that you only had the home page. You actually have pages for these items on your own wiki. That's very interesting. And you've even got them, you've pasted in the correct verbiage on them. That's good too. So what you need to do is, if you want to use these pages that exist, what you can do is you go down here at the bottom of your navigation bar. You should have an edit navigation link. And I can't edit your navigation as just a member, apparently. I think I'd have to be made into an organizer and to demonstrate it. But what you have to do is you have to go into edit, and then you would highlight BYOT podcast, and let me go onto my own wiki to show you now. Just let me pause you a second. Okay, so I had you on pause for a couple minutes, and I went into another wiki of my own, Brown Toad, and I created the same situation here, where I've got these links, BYOT podcast, digital movie, and SWOT and goals. I'm just going to show you on 3 of them. You have about, 8 or 9 of these that you have to do. So I'll just demonstrate on a couple of them. So what I did was I actually went on my wiki, and I created these pages, BYOT podcast, digital movie, and SWOT and goals. Like if you go look at my pages and files, you'll see that I actually have those pages on my wiki. If I click on that, you see it's on my Brown Toad page, on my Brown Toad wiki. Back to pages and files. I've got digital movie, it's on my wiki, and I've got SWOT and goals, same thing. But like on your wiki, on my navigation bar, if I click on BYOT podcast, it takes me to this other wiki, which is not what we want. Because notice how if you hover over these, you see it's actually linking out to my wiki portfolio template, just like it's doing on yours. So how do we fix this? The fix should be pretty straightforward if you are careful about how you named the pages. If what you typed on this navigation bar exactly matches the names of the pages that you created, because you apparently created the pages, then what I'm about to show you will work. But if there's a single character that's sort of not the same, if there's a single character that you type differently, like if your navigation, like if your name for digital movie, if you wrote digital movies here, but when you named the page, it was just digital movie singular, then what I'm about to show you won't work exactly, and you might just, the easiest fix might be just to remake some of the pages. If there's a mismatch there, I think most of them will line up and this will work for most of your pages, but if there's any issue, just make a new page. Just create a new one and then paste the stuff on it. It takes like 1 minute. So, all right, so how do we do this? Assuming that things are typed exactly the same as the way you name the pages, this will work. All right, so you hit edit navigation, and you just click on the first one. I'm just going to left click it, not even right click it. You can left click it and then hit change, which takes you to the linking dialog box. And currently, even though it doesn't look like it, it's currently, oh wait, here we go. Look at this. It's telling us what wiki it's going to. This might be your fix. Right now it's going to wiki portfolio template, but you may be able to drop down and then go find your wiki, and you probably only have a few options. And in this case, the wiki that I need it to be on is this one. This one's called Brown Toad, and I can hit Brown Toad and then add link. I'm going to see if that worked. That may be one option for you. So now look, it looks like it's going to that page, and indeed it is. So that's one fix. Let me go back into edit now. We're going to do the digital movie one. I'm going to see if there's a different way to do this. Maybe one that makes more sense in case that method I just showed you on the previous link doesn't work for you. Digital movie, I left clicked it. I'm going to hit change. And here's the thing. I think if I go over to web address, okay, now it's strangely, oh, because it's a wiki, it must not put in the web address. I would have thought that it would have had the web address here out to that template, but it doesn't. So I think your fix is going to need to be just change the wiki and make sure it goes to your wiki. So it needs to go to the 4sexton wiki. In this drop down, find 4sexton. It will probably be just one option. Hopefully it'll be right there, and link it up. Now, if that option doesn't work for you, Emily, here's what you're going to probably want to do. You want to left click digital movie and just hit remove. And I'm going to remove the linking from these things, okay? And then what will then work from this point is to just relink them. So highlight digital movie, hit link. Notice how it's bringing me to my wiki. That's its default. It wants to link to a page on the Brown Toad wiki called digital movie. You hit add link. Let's do that with SWOT and goals. And this is where that typing matters. It has to be the exact same name. Okay, SWOT and goals. Link. It wants to link to a page or file on the Brown Toad wiki called SWOT. I don't know about that. That looks a little bit strange. The ampersand, I think, is throwing it off, but I think it'll be fine. And then add link. I'm going to save it. I'm going to test and see if these are linking to the pages that I created. That's looking okay. Let me click it. Yes, it works. SWOT and goals, it works. And I'll tell you what, I can't tell you why these asterisks came here, but I will tell you that see how this is bold here? This was all bold text we were dealing with, and sometimes Wikispaces doesn't like that kind of formatting. So it's just a formatting quirk in Wikispaces. You could go in there and you could probably fix that, like if that happens to you, because you'll notice that it's still linked up. And then I would probably just take the bold out of that one too, but this is getting more detailed than you need to know. And then just, test if you have to deal with that, the links still work. Okay, so those are just a number of different ways you can go about making sure you get linked back up to the right wiki. All right, I hope that helps. Thanks.